Hey, I'm Ola from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the new Outdoor Sling 2 litre from Peak Design. This is definitely an exciting time for Peak Design as they have launched their new outdoor line. They are bringing it to you through their Kickstarter, which you can go ahead and check out from the links below. We would be forever grateful if you could use those links. They have gone live. I would highly recommend checking out the 25 litre review that I've done as well of their backpack, and to come will be their 45 litre and also their 7 litre sling as well. In this review, I have gone ahead and sectioned it off into a wee summary, features, fit check, comfortability. We'll do a wee water test, run through some pros and cons. If there is anything and you're thinking throughout this review, oh, I would have loved to have seen that or this, or could I see a picture of that, I will do pictures over on the community section, or if there's something else, a video form, then I can create a wee short for you. Whatever you need, just pop it below and I'll hopefully get around to doing that for you. Also, if you have any constructive criticism or feedback or things that you like or don't like about the sling, that you can pop below so that Peak Design can kind of see what they can improve on. Obviously they can't please everyone, but it's nice to note that there is comments on what's good and what could be improved as well. The slings are great to accompany their backpacks as well, so you can have them on front and your backpack around your aisle back. So that is nice too. I highly recommend, as mentioned, checking out their backpacks. They've also got the 7 litre if you prefer to go a bit bigger on the sling too. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So the price is subject to change. It is currently at $64.95 US. It is made from tear shell, 210 deep ripstop nylon fabric, 100% recycled, blue sound approved, PFAS free. Shall we give a wee dimensions? Now here across from, let's do from there to there, you're looking at about, I'd say 11 and a bit, so roughly around 28.5 centimeters down by 5.5, roughly 14 centimeters, and then the width, this is just an estimate by the way, it is about 3 inches, roughly 7.5 centimeters. So that just gives you a bit of an idea. It's hard to get the dimensions whenever it kind of flings back, but that's just a rough estimate. The colors might be subject to changing, so they come in the cloud, which is like this white. You can also get it in the eclipse, which is like a deep purple, and also in the black. Definitely, if you are prone to getting things dirty, or you don't really like maintaining, or you know, really having to fuss over your sling, then I wouldn't opt for the cloud. In terms of the shape and style, pretty flexible. I have reviewed their everyday sling, which is more of a boxy style. It's kind of driven towards the kind of camera gear that they have as well. I do have a camera in here at the minute, but the camera is well padded. With the cloud, now I don't know about the other colors, you can kind of see through. It is like grid styled, but there is like, you can't see the product, you can just see the darkening of the cover that I have here on the camera gear as well. So just being aware of that. There is flexibility here at the front, so you can kind of max this out a bit more. Then at the back, it has a little bit more of a mesh rigid style to it. I'm not mad about the material because it is easy to clean and to wipe down. It's just something to think about with the cloud white color, whether you can be bothered maintaining it. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So for the branding, it is quite simple. You've got this nice little peachy orange to make it kind of pop. You have some here. You also have it embedded in the hardware on the zips as well. So moving on to the main pocket, you do have a zip here that is well closed off and sealed. You've got this little pillar, which is handy enough to just maneuver it around. Nothing really gets stuck. I've never found any issues through testing with this. Inside is just space. As you can see, a little bit of organization. So you've got one pocket here, mesh pocket, another mesh pocket here, and then you've got a main kind of style pocket, which we'll do a little bit of measurement in a second. You also have a removable key lash. If you want to just take it off, then you can. It has this clip that kind of close, and that just sits in there, or you can set it in one of the other pockets if you wish as well. They don't have that little loop in those pockets, but even if you just set it in, you can. This is the magnetic that will go into the back pocket in a minute. Just for the space and size of that pocket, let's give you a wee measurement. In terms of like tech gear, what you can get in across, you are looking at about, I'd say 8 and a bit inches. So till about there, about 21 centimeters. And then down to the rest of the space, let's see, can show you that. That's kind of where it is at. Watch that little flap though. Just gives you a rough idea of that little pocket. Some organization, but not a lot. The rest is just up to you on how you pack that. Close that off. Then we move into the back kind of pocket. Before we get into that, you do have a little bit of like a handle pouch. You can remove these straps and just use this as a pouch if you wanted to, or if you wanted to hang it, then you can. It's grand, nothing really to it, just a little bit of fabric. And then this back kind of pocket that they have implemented here as well. Sufficient padding here on the back. Within this compartment, there is no real organization. It's not an overly big pocket, just to give you like a bit of reference for a phone to fit in there. If we could get an iPhone in there, you can, just so that you can see. It's going to really depend on your phone size, but it should be grand with and without a cover. Sufficient padding here. This is nice, especially when it is up against your back or on the front as well. Then moving on to the straps that you have here. Takes a minute. Got some side little holes, so you can place away that dangle should you wish. You can take off the straps, so this helps adjust to what you need, and we'll get more into that in the fit check. So you just clamp that in when you're done. Take off the straps. You can place them in the back if you want to, or you can just place them away. It really just depends on how you're feeling. Yeah, that just clips on like so. Same for the other side. Now you do have padding, of course. You could, as mentioned, kind of feed this through if you wanted to, because there is sufficient padding here on the back, but it will just kind of bulk it out. So it's just going to depend on how you kind of fit it. That works as well if you want. Now for the strap, we absolutely love and appreciate this system. It's like a little buckle push system, which is nice. You've got to push down to get to it. Oh God, I've got myself tangled. Well secured, found no issues with that. This is well padded as well. It's nice, a little bit of cushion. The same here on the back system of the Sling, so that is nice and noted. You've also got dangle stoppers as well, and as mentioned, you've got those two holes that you can kind of implement any other dangle that might be flapping about. Okay, let's go ahead and pack her on up. Key lash, keys are on there. You can just set that in there if you want to, or as mentioned, if you wanted to use one of these compartments, then you could place that in there if you wanted. For a phone to kind of set up like this, you're not going to get enough space. You might be able to like shove it in and be fine. It's up to you. It might just bounce depending on what else you have in there, but that's just a bit of a rough idea. For the main pocket, let me pack this, because just being aware, you can kind of see the product. I'll put my passport in behind. No, I'm going to put my passport in the back. That fits there nicely. Purse. Let's see if headphones fit in, if there's anyone that likes a bulkier headphone like myself. Gonna take up the majority of the space, but it's just not stretchy enough. If you felt like you could shove it in, I'm not gonna risk it, because I do like those headphones. Gonna pull up these AirPods in there. Charger, let me just swing you back in there. Charger, lead. If you did have any smaller little SD cards, you could place them in these compartments like that. This is a bit too bulky for me, to be honest. Just bulks out the space. I'm going to switch it for my smaller wallet. Then phone, putting it on its side. Still have a little bit of space as well. For you to pack out. Tripod, mini one. I'm going to get my camera in here with this. Come on. I don't think the cover is going to cut it. Felt safe in doing so. I'm placing it in without the cover. Then that would close it. Just being aware, it will mold to whatever you have in there. You can obviously pack that up how you want. Just giving you a bit of a rough idea on the space that you can play with. Let me see, in terms of a 250ml water bottle. Let me not be stupid and unpack a bit of this, because that in. Bit of a tight squeeze. Is it doable? Yeah, you could try. if you had something a little less complicated. Obviously that is not a look at all, but I just wanted to give you a rough idea of the space. Okay, on to we fit check, comfortability, see how it feels on the female body. So this is what it's like on me over the all shoulder. You can have it like this if you want. The pattern is nice and comfortable, or you can have it around here should you wish. Kind of does become a bit bulky, but it's grand. You can kind of fit it around your old girls. And it also does fit on as a hip belt, which I'll show you in a wee sec. Let me know in the comments what you call this like position. Is it a fanny pack? Is it a bum bag? Is it a belt bag? I'm intrigued to know. So this is what it's like down here. I actually don't mind it here, especially if you're wearing a backpack. That's handy enough. Or if you're going through the airport, you can kind of hide it. Swing it on around, use your jacket. Genius. Very comfortable. The strap works well here for the back too. And then you've got the pattern here on the back of the actual sling too. So that's just nice up against your body. For the water test, this is absolutely grand on front here. The only kind of moments that it's going to take a bit longer to dry if it is exposed to water is the back system here and the strap. So some pros and cons. Pros are definitely its flexibility and the material in terms of like it being durable. It doesn't feel like that kind of material that if something was to get caught in it, it's going to rip. I do like that they have gone ahead and implemented padding here on the strap as well. They haven't just left it with the seatbelt material. They've added some comfort, and I do like the mesh kind of back. It just adds a little bit more padding and airflow, especially if you are wearing thinner tops. So some cons to think about is just this white color, the cloud. You might want to opt for something else. Also some things to think about that for the price. Is this something that's going to be your cup of tea in comparison to maybe other brands? You're going to have to weigh that up yourself. For me, I do really enjoy the flexibility of it. I like that it could be put through active kind of style mode where it is easy to clean. Don't think the white is the best option for that, just for me anyways, because I feel like, especially with like a dog and a pup and stuff, there is, you know, more room for error of it getting mucky and having to kind of maintain that. I would definitely offer the black for future. I do like that it is minimal and to the point. Now, I would have kind of preferred bit more anti-theft maybe implemented throughout it. I really do like when Peak Design have the zips that kind of clamp over and in, or even if you have like the zip tab that you can kind of throw it through and just lock it in place. Even though a sling is more likely going to be closer to your body, it's just nice to have those features. Just a thing to know also, it's not really a con, it's just depending on what you have in there. It forms to that. So you might have a bulkier item here, so then this might slope a bit down if you're concerned about it being aesthetically pleasing. Maybe that's not your cup of tea. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. As mentioned, if you do happen to have a gander over on their Kickstarter and you're thinking about, oh, this is a bit of me, we would be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.